on in the background, it's copyrighted, so definitely get played over YouTube. But if you hear me vibing and singing, that's why. We're at the game right now, because we're actually headed up to, let's see, Bay. We're going all the way up here. Let's see exactly. Yeah, we're going up here. Which part of the map, Arctic Circle. I think we started off in Paxton, I think is where we came from. But yeah, this game's cool. This is the map. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but pretty cool game. I started off on legendary mode, so I'm playing legendary mode. I've already went through winter. I wish I would have got some of that like recorded or on stream, but that's all right. I wanted to see if this game was really, I was gonna enjoy it before I started doing anything with it, but I am enjoying it. Lots of different things you can do. I'm on my second truck. I'm already on the class 2 trucks. There are different like skill trees that you earn. So I'm level 4, level 3, level 2, which is kind of funny. I'm only 7 days in, less than 5,000 miles, and reputation's 4.5 stars, which is pretty decent. Really cool game. I'm playing it on manual mode. I just switched it to that. I'm gonna try that out. Like I said, I really wish the seasons. I don't know, I guess you could sleep through seasons or whatever, do whatever you want, but we're in the middle of spring. We're just gonna keep playing. My last truck would fucking top out at 53, that's the reason why I upgraded. And I went with the performance model on my second truck. There's a performance model, there's a normal model, and then I believe an eco-line model. So whatever truck you get, there's a P version, a normal version without any letter after, and then an E version, which the P usually has more horsepower from what I've seen, more fuel intake, consumption. Middle one's right in the middle, and the economy. Less horsepower than most for the other two of that truck, for instance, of that class, and then just better fuel economy. But I feel like we were getting really good fuel economy on the class 1 trucks, and we were just going pretty slow. This isn't topping out much faster. I think it goes like close to 60 58 without like hitting red lines, you know, like a red line truck. This game you do have damage, you do have maintenance, all this stuff. But the game is absolutely beautiful. Right now we are driving up through, I believe, the Dalton Highway. To the right of us would be the Transatlantic, or Trans-Alaskan, sorry, Trans-Alaskan pipeline, 700 miles, the longest one ever. I think when it was built, I think that's good feet by now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we're just going to the top of the map of the game on PS5. It works really well. There's times where it slows down. I noticed that I put my game on reset, and when I came back, things just were a little bit slower, like trying to fill up my gas, change like the amount, like that. We'll go through all that stuff too. So yes, gas is involved, weather is involved. So if you look at the top left, right now it's 10 o'clock in the morning, 23 degrees out Fahrenheit. We have dry conditions, and we are almost in the middle of spring. And what I've kind of noticed is each season is 5 days, at least on legend mode. I'm not sure how that works anywhere else. After playing this through the winter, starting off the winter with no money, playing on through it, I really enjoyed this game. I'm surprised. I've seen it for a few months, and I was like, nah, it looks pretty cheesy. I do have a American Truck Sim on my PC, which you not stream on, and I do not play very often. It's old. The game, the PC can't support it, and I've been wanting to play it, but also for me to move my sim setup, my wheeling, my stuff like that, to the PC is too much work, not enough room to do it, and Yeah, so I kind of want something chill to play. Just playing Arma, all these other games that I've been like streaming in a while. No one really cares if I'm listening, but yeah, I just decided to play something chill I can play for a while, not get frustrated with. This game does get me frustrated, especially in the winter. So I just switched it to manual mode, and my paddles or my blinkers, now they're obviously my gear shift, and oh fuck. Perfect timing. So with that, I'm used to like, I've played this game for 2 days, and I was using that to be polite, and it really doesn't matter to say hi, but let people know where I was going, but I really don't know what button that is, I haven't really looked it up, so that was my downshift. We have a car coming. Overtake. So head blinkers on. So with this, I have, last night I watched like 4 hours of ice road trucking, and that's intense stuff, man. Like, I did a good job with that show. I doesn't play anymore, and I never really watched it. I saw it as a kid on Discovery. I was more of a Gold Rush kid, which was a thing a little bit after ice road truckers anyways, or skimming. So when I started getting into like following machinery and how like people do certain things in certain places, like it was Alaskan, or yeah, it was the Gold Mine show with the Hoffman family. Shout out to them. They kind of put me onto the whole Alaska game, knowing what goes on out there. I mean, as a kid growing up in California, you don't really hear much about Alaska except that it's the biggest state, and they cover that for about a day before we move on to anything else in 4th grade, geography, history, whatever they want to call it. So I knew it was a place, and then I also had a roommate that this game has the town of Wasilla at the very bottom. He would go there every summer, so he lived with me, but every summer he would take off for 3 months. So kind of opposite of what the Alaskan road truckers do. They take off in, I believe, like early January after, what I've seen on that, after Christmas, like that, go all the way to the end of March, so that's the season as well. But just the opposite, he would go up there for to work at a resort and do maintenance and stuff like that. And he'd come back and show me pictures, and I was like, wow. Oh shit, we're already in the Prudhoe Bay. We have made it. 9 hours to spare. Speed, yes, there are cops in this game. Give them along. Drop this load. It's actually really cool how mechanics of this game work when it comes to, you don't just like pull up and drop off a load. Not how it works. Fortunately for me, I'm an idiot and I can't really back the trailer that well with my wheel, and I don't do it in first person. I play the whole game in first person except this part. So there's 2 different things. I can pull up straight here if you see like the lines saying that you can pull in straight here. But when I get here, okay, so I see my back spot. Let's see if I can actually, my first ever complete spot backup. Not going 3rd person without going controller. Now that I actually have control. So we need to go to that side of the building, right? Let's pull it that way. Yeah, we're gonna go over this fucking whole thing. Yeah, no, I can back up trailers in real life. I have a boat. Like, it's just. Oh, yep. First I'm using controller, and then I put in a manual too. So. True on that one. Yeah, there's like different places you can drop. Like, usually there's that big, like, wide space too, a free space. Yeah, it's just too difficult trying to figure out, like, distance and shit like that. Like, love to be able to do it, but just can't. So there's parking ratings. You get more money for parking, like, in this spot that's, like, harder, for instance. And, like, you see on the left-hand side of the screen, there's parking precision. We're gonna get 5. So right here, now what you do is I can actually put in neutral. It's with the truck, and if you look, this is all like workable, right? Like I can use a CB radio for different things, like if I fall off the road, all emergency refueling, and all this shit changes how far you away from stuff. But from the bottom, I don't have yet. That's a perk. Like remove blocks. I don't have that yet. Yeah, there's that. Logbook, so you can see last, like, I only had 1 save for, like, this load, so depending on the load, sometimes loads have 0 saves, but I had to restart because my PlayStation was being slow. So I saved, at this time, I saved it with, I guess this is right now. Okay, so this is right now I'm reading. So I can't save, but I could load back. That's super cool. Heater, when it gets cold, you gotta have that on. Ignition, obviously, we'll just turn that off. I mean, usually don't turn a truck off, but quieter. Dashboard lights on and off. Radio, that is, they do play. So handbrake, logbook, and then obviously, oh, get out the wrong way. The wrong button. But it's just, since we're out, let's just do this. So, truck's here, right? This is the office. Not available, right? Like you'd think, oh, you pulled the truck in. Nope. Time to bring down the supports. And when in the winter, when it's freezing, like your screen will start freezing up when you're doing this. Like it's super cool. Like I'm gonna have to probably just go straight to winter now after this. Wait for a while, get a stream in or whatever. But it definitely is super cool in the winter. I mean, whiteout conditions, this, that, and the other. The state's absolutely beautiful in this time. Like, yeah. Like, fully explorable. Super cool. So, yeah, we're not completely done yet with the unlock. So once we unlock it, we go talk to manager, dude. So in the winter, season bonus is higher. Yada yada yada. When it comes to reputation, that depends on your time, arrival time, and then also cargo durability. There are easy, there are hard, this, that, and the other, like mediums. Map's pretty extensive. There are the ice roads. I do want to do some of that soon, super soon. Kind of upset that I didn't do it in my first season, but also I don't think I have the truck for it, so that's okay. But yeah, we take our money and we run. We come outside, trailer's gone, yada yada yada, and then now since we have a bunch of bottom left, health's good, food is good, our energy is good. The other thing, I believe it just means that we are good temperature-wise. Once it drops down cold, you do have jackets and stuff like that you do have to put on, but let's just show some vehicle maintenance. So you do have tire chains, radiator covers, yada 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 for the winter, but right now I have some engine oil. That's the only thing I have, and then so if I don't have it, like it won't let me. Like radiator's fine, but like say coolant for instance, don't have it in my inventory, so I can't do it. Same thing with fuse boxes, wipers, same thing. Wipers don't need repair. Air filter, I could repair this. Why not? Let's repair it. So this is the mini game. You hold X, at least on PlayStation 5, and then there should be something that pops up, and you have to hit that in there. And I think it speeds it up. I've never tried to actually just let it run without hitting it, but if you do miss, it does restart. So that's repaired. Same thing, engine. There's certain things that you can repair, but it doesn't completely repair them. So radiator, engine. I'm not sure about air filter, but you can change air filter, coolant. You can fix all this stuff, like change it. So with oil, only got 5 ounces left. I'm right in the middle, but I just want to get rid of this fucking little bit. Oh, this is a full bottle. Never mind. So you never want to go too high. So I might have. I don't think I'm too high yet. Like we might have an engine warning light at some point, but cool thing. You can come back here if you have chains. Put your chains on. Fix tires. But let's go eat. Let's go. Let's go check out the cab. The end to the cabin. So, in every cabin that I've seen so far, you have 3 different storage containers, because there is inventory slots. So, you want to, like, for instance, you want to be able to, like, keep, so in this one, I have my puffer jacket, my tire repair, my chainsaw, just in case. So, like, I try to leave this one pretty open to that. This one is strictly for just stuff that we need for the truck. So, I got 4 headlights in case I need it. I got a whole thing of coolant just in case shit goes down. Fuses. I haven't had a fuse break yet in the game, but we will see. So I have those. My tire chains, I don't really need them for a while. I could probably put them somewhere else in a different truck. Actually, no, I've realized that like when you move trucks, it moves everything over. Scrapers for the windshield. Toolkit, you get 3 of them. Everything that you do, like engine-wise, I believe like repairing the engine or repairing the radiator. I don't know exactly, but these do come down. So everything here comes down. Same thing with jackets. Puffer jacket, 68%. I haven't even used. Oh, it's because it's equipped? That's terrible. It's not even on my inventory and it's equipped. That's terrible. That's something I haven't seen before because I just bought this jacket right before spring. And I was not expecting to use it. So I guess that was what our thing was. So food's down a little bit. We're going to hold to cook this frozen pizza. It's in our inventory. There are other ways to cook, and you don't have to, like, I can just eat trail mix and be fine, or water, whatever. Painkillers are a little different. If you eat too much junk food, you will get sick. Same thing with headaches. I don't know exactly how the headaches work. I haven't had one yet. But painkillers do come in handy. Things do spoil, if you can see. Yana, yana, yana. So that's now in inventory, and then we just hold down. There we go. And let's get out of here, and then let's go find a job. So we're up here in Prudhoe Bay. There's all these different spots, right? So all these orange things. If you go to map of Alaska, it has everything. So I could turn off logistic locations. Get 2 shops. We're kind of at one of them. I might have to go look and see what we need. I might buy another jacket since we're already here. Motel, truck repair, gas station. But when it comes to jobs, let's see, we're at a job location right now. There's none there. We want to get something decent. Maybe back into Fairbanks. Yeah, see here. We go there. What do they have after that? Back up. Okay, but that might be gone by the time we get there. Someone might have already taken that load. So the big thing is go to Fairbanks. So if you look at this, there's some that are red. These are our jobs. Different things. Reputation required. Go to Prudhoe Bay Airport. This I don't have a license. Medical supplies. So that's its own thing. So if you get a trucker, there are like allow medical supplies, military transports are part of the tree. I don't have anything on this one yet. I could, but I'm trying to save up for my C class. So everything after the first one is, so these are all 1 points. You start off with your A license, of course. You start off with this, you start off with that. C license, D license, which is kind of backwards in real life. Like, I'm not sure, like, Class C, or I guess Class C is, I don't know. Could be wrong. But then this is how you unlock newer trucks, like the one I'm driving now, and then other things with that. So I do have that. So let's go back. Let's find a job. Take 204 bucks. It's not enough. If it was closer to like 1,000, I'd do it. But pump station 3. Ooh, this is an actual perfect. Oh no, Fairbanks. Oh no, we can take it here, which would be Coldfoot. Coldfoot in and out isn't a bad trip because yeah, so Coldfoot in and out isn't a bad trip. I do love this road. There's nobody on it. You don't have to deal with fucking too many cops. But I think we're gonna go for a longer one. Damaged. Oh yeah, no, that's the one we already looked at. If we don't have the stuff for this, let's go to Fairbanks. So with this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find out where we're gonna go. The one that's blinking, I believe. I've been here before. We're gonna start the truck up. Things. You see like the floating mirrors. They don't have to be there. I just appreciate them. So if you hold down the button, you make them like permanent like this, where they're not floating, or completely gone. If you like, but I'm not using VR like that. I'm using controllers. So just leave it at this. Leave it at 25. You can get a speeding ticket. I'll just show you guys. Wasn't going fast enough, even though it's okay. That's a strange one. I've never tried not to get a speed ticket and not got one, or never tried to get a speed ticket and got one. If I try that shit out, it works. So. What's happening? Steering will get all weird vision, shit like that. Park the truck here. About. So this is gonna be how you get a job. You pull up to any of these locations on the map, like there's like these zones or whatever. That's where we went dropped off, I believe. But maybe not. But so there are all these different yards, right? So you're gonna make sure you're at the right one. And when you get here, the game made it really nice. They highlight the manager in the office. Love that. Yeah, we want to go to Fairbanks International 5000. And it shows us our trailer that can go pick up. Hop back in. Get about here is when I switch my controller. And then this little thing pops up, and then you get to stop it, like when that thing is free. Here, same thing we did there. Reattach, go backwards, lock that in. I've noticed with this game when the reason I restarted was the sounds kind of get locked. I did leave it in reverse, so if you go, I can't get back in. So also when you're getting a trailer on, you can't hop back in, so better have a jacket on if it's cold. So here, we just take these. This stuff's slow, so I kind of preemptively move my stick. Like, see how it come over that way? If I just hit it and then wait for like interaction, it's just gonna stay right there. So preemptively move it if you can. Saves you probably half a second doing that. But different things. Tires are a factor. There are tire chains, but obviously we just don't touch them. Tires get punctured, worn, suspension, same thing. Engine, if you don't pay attention to it, do the same thing. There are different things to, like, for instance, if your engine gets damaged or your radiator gets damaged, you can fix them, but not 100%, so you will have to fix that. How you do that, there's truck workshops. We might stop at one just to about. And then there's also, like, points of interest with that, like, forest. So, when this snow is super snowy, you can't see anything. These things on the right or left. Sergeant to be, I can't exactly. You actually have to go in for an evaluation, check on your personal health, your vision, this, that, and the other. And you have to pay a pretty big fine. Because I know they seem so close apart, having one gone in a matter of when it's wide out conditions. All you can see is 10, 15 yards in front of you. That's what you need. It's top of the truck, so right here you can see him pinned. I don't like to pin it. Pull it off a little bit. My other truck went 53 pin, this is 58. It has a little bit more horsepower. So this is a Class 2P model, while my first truck was just Class 1 normal model. So 3 mile an hour difference for the fuel consumption difference. I'm not sure how much you play good roll, but being able to go faster, being able to pass slower traffic, that isn't a terrible thing. I could sell my other truck, but just having it, I don't see a reason to have 2 trucks because you only drive one at a time, but we'll see. Also on the PS5 version, if you buy it, like the Highway Edition, which I'm playing on, you do get the Ice Road expansion, which I have not done yet. I'm going to do that this winter season. I'm going to spend my time on the Ice Road. Over the lakes and stuff, the rivers, but that's that. Truck, you can literally see the trailer, like, when you turn, like, these mirrors are pushed a little bit differently, which kind of helps. Yeah, we top it at 59, I want to keep the volume around 70, just to keep the engine come down, and that stuff. normal cars, four-wheelers. First time I heard it, I was watching Ice Road Truckers, and I thought a four-wheeler was going to pass by. The guy in the truck was like, hey, four-wheeler behind me, you're free to pass. And the guy came over the radio, TV radio right away, and was like, thank you very much. And when the thing with the pass, I was expecting like a ATV, like quad. Nope, it was just a truck, so that's one verbiage they use. Another verbiage we use, instead of like spin outs, or burn outs or whatever like that. So say you're going to have like a high pass, and you don't have chains on, or you do have chains on. 90% of the time it happens when you don't have chains on. If it happens when you do have chains on, you probably shouldn't go really fast, but say if you're going up a high hill and you're what's it called, barefoot, no chains, just raw tire, and you start spinning out and you close the road down with chains on. That's called a spin out. Even though your truck hasn't spun out, that would normal word spin out is different. I have not experienced spin out yet. I've always used my chains. I think this next winter season I'm going to try doing more without chains because there are better tires that you can get that might save me time. And what I did the first winter season, I just ran chains every single day. Like, never took them off. But when spring came around, I took them off, my tires were destroyed. So kind of want to see if I can not do that again. Just tires should be sick. My last truck, I was not able to make nothing overtake this with this. That still might take me a while. Go ahead. Your windshield can freeze over. Your windshield wipers can freeze over. There are things in the game you have to go buy, like, it won't come to you right away. I think it was super cool. I think playing a Legend starting off really gives the game its whole spectrum, you know? You come into it, and you're not waiting for anything to happen. Like right now, I'm kind of waiting for, like this is, I'm enjoying the hell out of this. But, like, starting in spring and doing so I've played probably 20 hours in it, and that's gotten me through the start of winter. The start of winter to quarter through spring. So I can imagine starting in spring the game, yeah. It might be, I wouldn't say boring, but just tedious or just slower than without it. So my advice is military. You're going to get less money for your hauls. Gas costs more expensive. Weather's more dynamic. So you actually get a whole feel. So right here, up. Slow down. Speed trap somewhere. This is Coldfoot. Game doesn't have real life places. It was super cool. Like I said, I played this game 2 days ago, and I used to watch a show called Highway Through Hell. It's a truck recovery company, I believe, in Canada. Mentor's name is Jamie. Really enjoyed the show. I watched almost every season of it. It was crazy. I'd get done with my job as being a pipeline engineer and go watch it work, and that was satisfaction at that time. At 20 years old. It was nice to go home and work, and that was my show. It was Highway Through Hell. they do a lot of rigging in that show. It's with Pipe Engineering. You do a lot of rigging. Their rigging is just different because everything is trucks on the side of the highway. So yeah, it makes it in the show. It's pretty much a recovery service. Canada, like I said, I go out and like dig people out of like you went off a road or this, that, and the other. These trucks have been flipped and all their cargo, so a lot that goes into it, picking up cargo, getting it, yeah. But so I never really watched Ice Road Truckers, and I was watching it last night. Like I said, I watched like 4 hours of it, and what a show! Like, just puts into perspective like what truck drivers have to go through. This game will never match any of that. I don't think that I can, like, there's some, like, things that I can do simulation-wise. I'm like, oh, I can do that simulation, and then I can go later do that in life, right? But certain aspects of that to my life, whether it's working in cars, I used to love cars, I don't know, just certain things, and, this is completely my realm, and I know for a fact I'm going to do it. So, hats off to that big America, not just America, but the whole world for truckers all over the world. Without them, we'd be hungry, clothless, we'd be naked and afraid. That's what we'd be without things like truckers. So, very grateful. It's just super cool to have a slight insight. Just a slight. Another cool thing about this game is when you do get tired, you'll see like the animations that happen. It's not like you just have to get to bed before I get there. Yeah, like things start happening. I think 200 miles left, we might see, 300 miles left, we might see a bit of that. But then also, since we have so much time left, we have 9 hours, and I'm gonna go check this out. Oh. So when I go from the controller back to a wheel, it takes, I think, a second lag. I gotta be careful with that. So, 51 inches will show this off a little bit. 25 miles an hour, around that. It pops around, and also just get in front of these people. This truck is so nice, I can actually, yeah, I don't want to pass it just yet, but I don't have to. See, like, 99. So I think right here between this, like, between this mark and the 25, half of it will be so 250 instead of going to 2400. But I guess that would be happened to my truck, but everything was shut down. Yeah, I see the hill, but before it can shut us down like that, makes it like semi-auto. I drop down the gear is when I can't turn. Shotgun on gear there, that works. That's not even a drop off. So I think once we get drop off, drop off, I think we need to actually do things I need to do, but we shall do that. And that's for the cheese thing, baby. Depending on how much blood pressure medication which this game has gotten my blood temperature up. I've crashed. Driving on this actually feels really good. Yep, so that's us getting sleepy. The more sleepy you get, the worse it gets. Oh yeah, no, we're going to this spot really quick. We got more police over there. We want to be able to make sure out here, right? I'll be an asshole. You got the whole driveway. But there's some things we gotta do. So here on the map, should be right above us. So then we got like the schoolhouse or something. So show you what these look like. If I can find it. Car's going. And right into the car, but that's the store. That's where you buy everything. At least some of it. Some lame wolf. That's cute. It's everything else off. Hotels. Are right, I believe. Crosswalk at yellow. might be the hardest one. They're really not hard to find, but sign with the big yellow circle. So what do we got? This way in the woods, at least off the path. See why there couldn't be one off the path. No, we're just gonna go check out these woods anyways. Tired ass hiking. So, not out here. Strange, too far from the road, so that's what that line is. Okay. No experience with that one yet, but I like it. If you get new, you're probably gonna die. It's fucking freezing. Really, it's all the winter fucking snow melt coming down. So let's just look right here in the middle of the road. Right on it, my boy. Kind of a strange one that I can't find it. Probably gonna lose the truck far from it. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a trail of some sort. There is. Get me on it. I know what this is. Seen it. Just know, so. Just map it. Finish with a fence. Actually, a rock. I don't give a shit. There it is. I'm getting tired of wasting time. World's furthest north. Antler Arch. It's also touted as the gateway to downtown Fairbanks. It was built in 2010 for more than 100 outlets of various types. The antlers were provided by hunters and farmers from the interior of Alaska. So, this is it. What you do is you go to the grocery store, gas station, you can buy this for $200. Good on you. Good thing. It gives you XP. You have to be in the circle, I forgot. From the circle, this, you like, if I went this way, it's red, blue, and you're for the XP. Ow. Just if you're using a controller as well. Get us back on track. Go back to jobs and we hit the default route. So if you look this way, you could pull in straight here and get a bonus as well, but not as much as backing in, and then that big square is no bonus. So I think this one's like 300, that one's 600, and the other one's 0. Perfect. So before we go, let's check trucker-wise. Reputation's getting real close. Arrow points at 1. Almost at 2. Let's I'm gonna throw some intro on this really quick. Actually, no, we'll do that on the next one. I'm gonna pause it and then come back. we are back. We are in Fairbanks, Alaska. Getting tired, so I think what we'll do is hotels in Fairbanks. That's wild. Camp, we'll go. So, looks like for us, we're gonna go find a place to sleep. One. Like, I guess we're just gonna go here to Santa's house. To, yeah, Santa's workshop. Real place. Santa don't let me sleep. That's crazy. Find it already? Oh yeah, I know exactly where Santa's house is. Never mind. Right inside of the street. Oh! And one go off. Off. Sure it is. So let's see what they have to say about Santa's workshop. We can get a job here. Anyways. Ho ho ho. Santa's house is one of the Oh ho ho, Santa's house is one of the attractions of the picturesque town of North Pole, which is festively decorated all year round. Visitors can meet Santa Claus, helpers, and reindeers there. Better XP. Or, I guess we could. Drugstore. Not that injured, if any at all. So in the cabin, everything else, sleep. Doesn't get you full rest. You down pretty low. So hours, 8. Sometimes this doesn't get you. We're not completely fucking asleep. Let's go talk to them and see what they got. Start the production. Go see what Santa's little helper has to say. Very festive, very down to Valdez Harbor or back to Prudhoe. I think I went back to Prudhoe, dude. That road is so easy. Back to Prudhoe. I think once we get up there, we will be done. Which maybe that is. this. Down. Okay. So we'll go down, we'll do what they want us to do, but we're not going to go completely down. I think I've done that before. Not out of here, but out of here. Oh, I could just jump across the fucking highway. Gas station. Stop there. I want to go to adult guess how much fuel they had or how much fuel we needed? I thought we slept. Oh, that's where our toolbox is on this one. Huh. Very nice. I didn't think this was on my first truck. It's underneath here, and I was looking. I was like, nope. And I went through all these boxes. And that box. Perfect. We're getting a little bit sleepy. We got 11 hours. I'm gonna do ice. Yeah, I don't know what the other one above. Coffee cap means. Tried looking it up. Do the game. I'm gonna figure it out. So. Yeah. exit if you just do this default route. We're going anyways. Actually, I have a sister when she was living in Chicago. We sent it to her. Now that she lives in Kentucky, same thing. So, or I think it's only a West Coast thing because she is from California. But military, this is right after Memorial Day weekend. You all the vets, thank you for people that lost their life. But yeah, certain places you can't get some things, and vice versa. So when she was in the UK, she was sending me Swiss chocolate. And I've never had Swiss chocolate, it's the best. I go there actually in September, I have a trip planned. And I'm bringing a whole suitcase just for Swiss chocolate. And the unfortunate part about that is not the Swiss chocolate or like the extra luggage, is that it's not even for me. Like, I have so many people begging me to bring them Swiss chocolate back because we had real Swiss chocolate. It's completely insane, and it is the shit. I really don't like chocolate, like unless it's like chocolate covered almonds, or if I do like some Kinder bars, something like that, which I think is supposed to be German. I think it's Kinder is a German chocolate brand, but yeah, Swiss chocolate. Have you ever had what are they called? Those they're like little balls that decided to go see the Alps. I get to go work out there, getting paid to go, so very fortunate. It's a trip of a lifetime, actually. I wish I could bring someone with me, but unfortunately they can't make it, so it's not because it's like the company saying that, so they're allowed to go, but just timing everything that didn't work well, but it would have been a great vacation for us. Last year we had a vacation with Alabama for the same type of event, just different location. So, and my partner, she was able to go with me on that one. She really enjoyed that. It was actually her first time ever on a plane. So from California to Alabama, a couple hours, and I was super nervous on how she would react. Because I've been on planes a million times. I've been traveling on planes since I was 16 years old. I got a plane and I've never stopped since. I did it alone when I was 16. 99.9% of the time I travel by myself, and I do not mind it. I do appreciate the travel, like the people you meet, this, that, and the other. This is not, this might be my longest flight. I did take a flight that was total, like 19 hours of travel time in air, with one quick stop for an hour, so it's 18 hours of air. Which was from, a lot of people never heard of it, the Marshall Islands. It's a small Pacific colony, I guess is the way to put it, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So when I first went there, I flew to Hawaii first. I flew to Hawaii. So I never been to Hawaii. So I went there and stayed there for about 3 or 4 days before I actually left again onto the Marshall Islands. And then on the way home, I just repeat flight, like I didn't stay in Hawaii, so Hawaii didn't stock out, but yeah, so it's 7 hours, what is it, to Hawaii? I think it was 12 hours, don't quote me on that, because I'm probably 8, it could have been 2, I don't know that, but yeah, on the way back, it was about flight time total travel time was, I think, 19 hours, but on that single plane. We didn't stop and let people off in Hawaii. But yeah, I think that's the longest, so that might push it pretty close. But super stoked, and I hope it's something similar to this experience for you. Come out here, and even though it's a video game, it's still fucking majestic. It's still something that, like, most people don't get to experience in their lifetime. And I'm not saying I'm an Alaskan native or I've experienced it, but it's super cool to see this. And I think in ETS, European Truck Simulator, which I do have as well, I haven't played very often. Like, I think I played like 10 hours of it, or I hopped on an ATS, so I bought it as a bundle when the ATS came out. And I just wanted to see, what was super cool about that was all their cab over trucks. Like, in America, since like the 80s, we don't see cab over trucks anymore. Our roads are built differently, they're not so tight, like this, that, the other. And also cab over trucks, maintenance on them takes a lot more time. Literally everything in the cab has to be like secured before you lift it, or else you have shit falling around. So that takes time. Lift the cab, this, that, and the other, that takes away from the driver. So in America, if say we have a truck breakdown or a truck goes while they're working on it, they get to go sit in the cab because that's separate from the front of the truck. You know, it doesn't. For the cab overs, I was doing some research or watching a video. I wouldn't call watching a YouTube video, a documentary, doing research for the day. But I mean, definitely got knowledge from it, and why things change. Yeah, so when you're in the back of a cab, you can't be in the cab over while they're working on it. For one. And for two, the reason why we had them in America was because in like the 80s, late 70s, early 80s was what I believe, don't quote me, this is just speculation and like just very little knowledge from something I heard. But at one point in America, we had an overall truck length that you had to meet. So from the front of your truck to the back of your trailer had to meet a certain length. That was in place for several years. And I think during the late 80s, maybe early 90s, I'm not sure exactly when, they changed that regulation just to overall trailer length. So your truck doesn't have much to do with that. Which in Europe, they still have certain regulations where it's the truck and the trailer, the tractor and trailer. Because their roads were built, some of them were built hundreds years ago. Some were even thousands of years ago, like thousands of years ago, but the earliest roads in Europe. I don't think that really traveled with trucks, but it just shows using the timeline, thinking about how long Europe has been using roads to move stuff. Oh, good. 25. Let's get a specific bucket. What? Back to Britain's roads and like their commerce. I don't know, I was a huge fan of cars and car shows I watched off here. And seeing some of those roads they would drive with like stone walls on the side, like 100-year-old stone, like I don't know, just crazy. So their infrastructure is a lot different, especially with truck infrastructure. That they do use more of the front, like front of her cab. So they 99% or so of her cab. Man is a huge company out there. Volvo, I think, has some really good trucks. There's there's this Slavic company, I believe, that a lot of people like in that region or like that area of the world. Not UK, but just Europe itself, sorry. Europe itself, but UK is yeah. I think in America, we do have a little bit less strict regulations because for infrastructure, and also because of how much it's moved by trucks. Over a back, like off the smooth, like I should be fucking fighting the truck I know that Alaska has a really good DOT system, particle conservation system, where they're very safe. They keep safety 100% in mind more than anything else. It's not about the cargo. It's safety first, load second. Is kind of what I've heard. When I say it's going to only watch 4 hours for Alaska Road Trucking Garage Workers. You guys never seen it? It's an older show. I think it came out in the mid 2000s. They had like probably 60s, maybe more, but it was all at the same time. They had like I think like the king crab fishing show, and then when bees were dying down, they picked up the gold rush show, which I watched. I think that it just kind of got burnt out after a few seasons, like the other. But some of the crashes that happened on that were crazy. And if you want to look at crashes and crashes only on like super crazy highways, it's not America. It's not Alaska. It's in Canada. It's called the Coquihalla Highway, and there's this man and his family that have a huge wrecking company. They do an absolutely amazing job. Jamie Thompson, I believe it is. So you grew up in that area, Coquihalla Highway in the winter, and you need fucking gonna pull you out of some shit. That might be your guy. Tell him I sent you, or tell him that Discovery sent you. Because he doesn't know who the fuck I am, so he knows who Discovery is. But yeah, we're gonna be pulling into Hoedown, Crudo. And with that, like, I don't think we're gonna get much more season bonus in the summer, so I want to like definitely think I get these up. So I think summer I'm gonna run Valdez. Valdez. It's Port of Valdez. It's a true place. So we're here. Here. Here's Fairbanks. It's kind of like the main point out of so anything down here usually like so if you're at Wasilla, um great town if you want to go visit, especially in the summer. A lot of resort places do it. Valdez, I believe, has a lot of like that's like a military point in a sense, but there's still civilians like that, like 99.9% places. Glen Helen, I don't know anything about this place. I don't know anything about Took. I don't know anything about Paxton. So Cantwell is what I've heard is like where like people come during like the nice time. They're out of the Arctic Circle. They get out of like all the bullshit. 'Cause I think the Arctic Circle starts here, like right above Fairbanks. So Fairbanks gets really cold. But so Cantwell, this, that, and the other, Wasilla, like vacate, like people will come down. So like this is like summer spot, spring spot. Fall starts pulling in. I mean, I guess this could be all year round. Still gets super cold, but I think up here, like fall starts getting really bad, like Cantel or Cantwell. Like not terrible, but same thing with Fairbanks, not terrible. But Coldfoot, once like storms start coming in, this is like the last point pass. So like, there's a certain pass up here, which I don't think they show in the game. They don't portray it that well because there's really no mountain pass that you can push. There's a huge mountain pass through here that's crazy. Atwell or I don't know. I definitely know that's not the name of it, but like that. But super crazy through here, and then also up here, there's a town over here that like goes across a river that like only gets supplies once a year when the river is cold enough to pass, or else they have to do jump flying or jungle flying. Or they had another show on Discovery about that too, like puddle jump, like where like they'd fly stuff in from Fairbanks to there, and they'd land on little strips of ice, yada yada yada. So Unfortunately, you don't get to do that, but we do have the ice roads. So this is where I'm going to be all winter long. So right now, with the lakes not being completely frozen, I don't know how they are the past in spring, but summer, for instance, you have to come here and take ferries across, which are kind of not worth it because it almost takes as much money to take a ferry across as it would just take the ice road. So in the winter, this is where you want to be. This is where you make your money. Like, it's super dangerous. You can't stop. You can't go too fast. You can't go too slow. You got to make sure your truck's in tip-top stuff. I usually do, like, ask people, is I want to see their headlights, like, change, like, depends on how to explain it. It's like, if it's got 102 miles, so I'm pushing the truck at max, I really don't like it. I should be pushing like 5. I want to use much oil to fuck it. And if they're using a lot of gas, one of the first perks I picked was save 5% on gas, which is not good. And also one of the worst perks after looking at certain things that I realized. So when it comes to perks, the best one to pick in this one right away is hands-on approach. Because especially in winter, you will get a lot of trees falling, this, that, and the other. And then also avalanches, which you can't do with this. You have to do this one. But at least, like, you can start here. So I didn't do that. I started with these two, which was 5% and then 5% slow run nutrition, which have helped me out. Like, I'm not going to say it was completely a waste of time. But this one, I think is probably the first one to go for, because if not, you're going to have to, like, take detours or ride the truck around it, which I've done, and it's fucking miserable. But with this, you do have to own a chainsaw, which you can buy at most stores. So you just have to have chainsaw in inventory, and you can, like, clear the road. But what are the name of these? I can't remember the name of it. But, yeah, super important you don't hit these. Super important you don't hit these. I can't remember the name. It's not Devon House. Gunk Grease, and that for a fact. Half my water. Japanese, that's not easy there, but I know if you hit them, you're doing some debauchery. So, like, it goes kind of pulling the town on the other thing. like the headlights, like really widened out. These mirrors in this truck make it a lot easier. Or, oh, make it a lot easier to turn in. But the tow down can be rid of. Yeah, these people that are out here are fucking wild. Almost stuck and sliding. Bad. This game's audio is glitched. I gotta go make dinner at some point, so I think we're gonna try to take a haulback load. Truck's still here, perfect. Load's dropped off. getting hungry. I'm not too sleepy yet, but we will probably go. Ah, I just got my second point, so I can get C class now. Perfect. That's what we want. And then, what do we have? We have coolant. Let's get oil. We're just gonna do small things to try to get us more points. Group the mac and cheese and shit. Okay. Yep. Mac and cheese. And then these. When that's going. Grab the toolkit just in case. Air filter just in case. Hit the X on that, it's in your inventory. I can eat it. I'll see it right now. There's my pizza. And then before you do anything, I'm gonna check the truck. To repair it again. We'll give it a little boost. So this is a mini game. Easy. Fair. Not super good. Yep. We're gonna do a few things. I want to change this from white because I don't think white is a the best thing to have on an Alaskan snowway. Nope, we have no sound, so I think this is the end of the stream. To be honest, because I have to restart the game and stuff like that. So I don't understand what's going on with the sound, but thanks for anybody that watched it ever in their life. Appreciate you.